Hello friends, welcome to Going to Ground, and I'm speaking to you from St John's Mildenhall near Marlborough, one of the true gems of the Diocese of Salisbury and I think the Church of England as a whole, one of John Betjeman's favourites, and in a minute I'm going to read to you what he says about it. It's a remarkable spot, and you'll see behind me that it is encased in oaken box pews, and it's probably our most accurate picture of what a church in the 18th century might have looked like. Remarkably untouched. It's a fabulous place, and I think my favourite part of all is this fabulous double-barrelled pulpit. And one side was for the leading of the service and the other for the preaching of God's word. And so apparently, this is what Betjeman says. In fact, he can remember coming here when the parson would cross over from one to the other. In fact, I've done it myself in leading a service here. I thought, well, why have two pulpits if you can't use them both? So I occupied both of them during the service. And there is a great peace and beauty about this place. This is what Betjeman says. In all England, there are hardly more than 100 churches which have survived the tampering of the last 90 years. We talk of our churches as old, but they're mainly Victorian, at any rate in their furniture. The west galleries were cut down, the old choir was dismissed and went disgruntled off to chapel or to form a village band or to appear self-consciously and surplused in the chancel. That chancel was blocked by an organ or harmonium. Its width was cluttered up with crier stalls. The pulpit was removed, the plaster taken off the walls, the ceiling stripped, the high pews chopped down, the clear windows filled with coloured glass, the old floor paved with red and shiny tiles. All the texture and atmosphere of the past were replaced by a sticky and glossy hardness, he's not unbiased, which was wrongly, if piously, thought to be medieval. Of all the churches which remain almost untouched by the Victorians, the loveliest I know is Mildenhall near Marlborough, spelt Mildenhall. It stands in the Kennet Water Meadows, a simple 4-square affair, 3-storied tower, nave, aisles either side, and a chancel. But as you approach it, there are signs of the past, clear glass panes, patched and flaking outside walls, looking like an old watercolour. And then the inside. You walk into a church of a Jane Austen novel, into a forest of magnificent oak joinery, an ocean of box pews stretching shoulder high all over the church. Each is carved with decorations in Strawberry Hill Gothic manner. The doors and sides of the pews take a graceful curve either side of the font. Oh yes, they do. Sorry, I've not noticed that. That's lovely. There's the graceful curve of the pews around the font. Where am I? Sorry. And another curve above them is made into the elegant West Gallery. See? Norman pillars just raised their sculptured heads above the woodwork of the aisles. 2 huge pulpits stand, one each side of the chancel arch. The old stone floors remain. The long cream-washed walls, the stone arch mouldings picked out subtly white to form a pale contrast. The chancel, as it should be, is richest of all. Let's go up there. Panelled, with elaborate carved pews. Oh yes, they are gorgeous. Look at those. For the squarson and his family. That's the squire parson who would have sat there. A carved canopy hanging over the commandments board behind the altar. So I'm just trying to coordinate what Betjeman is saying with the actual image of the church. Can you just see the commandments written there? Delicately carved communion rails in the Chippendale style. excuse me, turning a page. Meinl is the embodiment of the Church of England by law established, the still heart of England, as haunting to my memory as the tinkle of sheep bells on the Wiltshire Downs. How about that? It's open between 9 and 4 every day, thanks to the wonderful efforts of local volunteers. So come over and have a look at it one day if you can. God bless you as you go to ground.